Today's important news, Donald Trump raises American tariffs on Indian imports to 50%. It's a big blow on Indian exports to America. One of the top tariffs imposed by America on foreign countries. Brazil also have 50% tariffs. Even China have less than this. Okay. Earlier, Trump imposed 51% but reduced for China. For India, it is 50% tariffs. Last week, he imposed 25%. Now, today, he imposed another 25%. Total 50% tariffs on Indian goods. Trump's blame on India is purchasing Russian oil. India is purchasing Russian oil. So, in a way, India is funding or sponsoring Russian mission in Ukraine, Russian war in Ukraine. So, unless India stops purchasing this oil, Donald Trump is not going to relent on this. And most importantly, India responded, it is unjustified, unfair, and unreasonable. Our Ministry of External Affairs responded by saying that it is unjustified, unfair, and unreasonable. And India have not started oil purchases from Russia after Russia-Ukraine war. We are doing that from many decades. The first point. Second point, it's not just India which is importing something from Russia. Even America is importing certain goods from Russia, particularly fertilizers and uranium also. In fact, India is purchasing essential commodity from Russia. America is purchasing non-essentials from Russia, like uranium, like fertilizers. But still, America is playing double standards. America is playing double standards. 36% of India's oil requirements right now we are purchasing from Russia. Immediately, overnight, we cannot stop our purchase from Russia. We cannot stop our oil purchase from Russia. It's very important because India is the third largest oil consumer in the world. Third largest oil consumer. And earlier, when America imposed sanctions on Iran, India stopped buying from Iran. Earlier, India used to purchase, India is one of the largest buyer of Iran's oil, but India stopped it. And even America imposed sanctions on Venezuela. But now, America started imposing secondary sanctions. Primary sanctions directly on Russia, secondary sanctions on Russia's trade partners. It's not just India. India, China, Turkey purchases oil from Russia. Now, India, China, and Turkey are the top purchasers of Russian oil. India is purchasing Russian oil at a discounted rate. So, Indian economy is running very smooth. Right now, if India goes to the other oil supplying countries, the cost might be very high, and immediately they are not ready to spare 3 to 4 million barrels of oil. All these things India has to take consideration. This is a very important thing which you need to understand. US President Donald Trump signs executive order for 25% tariffs on Indian goods on the top of 25% announced on July 31st. So, while the initial 25% tariffs will come to effect from Thursday, that is August 7th, the additional tariffs will come into effect after 21 days. The additional tariffs will come into effect after 21 days. That is from August 30th, most probably. The Ministry of External Affairs, in response, said that it has made its stand clear through an earlier statement that they are unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable. Unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable. The tariffs are unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable. This is so pathetic. Trump follows transactional diplomacy. He is not a statesman. He is just a businessman. And he always considers the immediate interest of America. But in this case, he is not even considering the immediate interest of America. The Republican leader, Nikki Haley, also said that America and Donald Trump should not do this because in order to check China in the Asian region, America has to have proper trade with India. But now, if America imposes tactics and pressures on India, it's very difficult to check China also. So, for all these reasons, Donald Trump and his diplomacy and his decisions are not right. They are not right. Trump have become mad. In fact, I can tell you, Trump is mad right now. Next important news, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is likely to visit to China for the first time after Galwan Valley clashes. And he might visit to SCO Summit, Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, which is going to be held in the end of August, August 31st and September 1st. August 31st and September 1st. Prime Minister Modi visited, last visit to China is in 2019. He met Chinese Premier Xi Jinping in Kazan, Russia last year in the sidelines of BRICS Summit. But this time, Modi ji is personally visiting China after a lot of, you all know, turbulent times with China with respect to Galwan Valley issues. And August 31st and September 1st, he will be in China. The SCO Summit, Leadership Summit is being held at China in the Chinese city of Tianjin. In the Chinese city of Tianjin. As you all know, there are 10 SCO members, including Pakistan. There are 10 countries in SCO, including Pakistan, Belarus, Iran, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan. So there are 10 members. And now terrorism might be an important point of discussion, regional stability and Trump's tariffs. These might be important points of discussion. And in the wake of Trump's additional tariffs on India and Trump's rantings on India, RIC, Russia, India, China, that group informal discussions might happen with respect to RIC, and also India, that is Narendra Modi and Xi Jinping might meet separately in a bilateral context, and also Putin might also visit China this time. So this is a big event. Modi is going to personally visit China on August 31st and September 1st for SCO Summit. Earlier, in June 2025, SCO Defense Minister Summit have happened in China, where our Defense Minister Rajnath Singh declined to sign the declaration as there was no mention about Pahalgam terror attack, condemnation about Pahalgam terror attack. So this is also the episode, the prelude which we need to understand before going to SCO Summit. Before we go to SCO Summit, you should also understand China is very, very close to Pakistan and they are considered as iron brothers. China and Pakistan, they are considered as iron brothers. Coming back, August 7th, today is National Handlooms Day. National Handlooms Day celebrated every year on August 7th. This day recognizes the importance of handloom weavers to the nation's economy and culture. To the nation's economy and culture. The theme for 11th National Handloom Day in 2025 is Handlooms Empowering Women, Empowering the Nation. Empowering women, empowering the nation. However, it was not until 2015 that the day was celebrated. It was not until 2015 that the day was celebrated. So, we have to honor India's centuries-old national handloom weaving tradition. Secondly, it is a chance to recognize the importance of handloom weavers and their contribution to Indian economy, and also their eco-friendly techniques and other handloom techniques, and we need to protect them. This is a story about handlooms, National Handlooms Day. That's very important. And coming back, 190 rescued and 2 bodies recovered after Uttarakashi floods. In Uttarakhand, in the district of Uttarakashi, there was a cloudburst, flash flood, landslide, and you have seen the water have gushed from the top of the mountains, and villages swayed away. Entire villages swayed away. Particularly the name of the village, Dharali, particularly a village called Dharali, it got washed away. And it seems that many died. But the news is not coming out because their bodies are not found. Many died, not 5 or 10. Many people died in that. Suddenly the water gushed, right? Like a flow. I think you have seen the video also. Not, it's a big thing that has happened. Next important news that is coming up. Helicopter crash in Ghana kills 8 people, including defense and environment ministers of Ghana. The crash of a military helicopter in Ghana on August 6, 2025 killed all the 8 people aboard, including the Ghana's defense and environmental ministers and other top officials. The Ghanaian military said the helicopter took off in the morning from the capital, Accra, and was heading northwest. And particularly, they are going to a gold mining area of Ghana, Obuasi. Now, finally, the helicopter got crashed. The news have come up from Ghana. And Ghana's defense minister, environmental minister also died in the crash.